My name is Joe Pompei, and this is the Pompei and Company stained glass studio. We have actually been around for close to 40 years. We started in a storefront in Medford, West Medford, Mass, going back, that was like 32 years ago. And we moved here to Weston Avenue as sort of our retirement 3 years ago. We are an old-fashioned family business. It's myself and my wife Ivy and my adult daughter Marissa, who has recently joined us in not only the stained glass part of the business, but she's a fused glass jewelry artist. I started playing around with stained glass. It was just a hobby going back, like I said, about 40 years ago. Had just got a master's degree from Northeastern University in vocational rehabilitation administration, and worked in that field just for a short period of time. Was in between jobs, and I started playing with glass as a hobby, and got a couple of commissions, and one thing led to another. I ended up renting some storefront space. It was going to be just very temporary, and suddenly almost 40 years has gone by. I like working in glass because I, at one time, had a lot of interest in architecture, and actually maybe being an architect at one time. So the glass we do is considered architectural stained glass. We work basically in all different styles. Being in New England especially, Victorian is a style that really was very popular. All 40 years that we've been working in the field. More recently, we've been getting more contemporary commissions, which I really like working in. If you look around the studio, you will actually see that we don't use a lot of color. People are surprised when they come into a stained glass studio and are expecting to see windows that are just all color typical of what you might see in a church environment. The glass we do, my style really is much more dependent on line and texture. I like to weave line and texture together with color basically being an accent. Again, this is a real family operation. My wife and I are basically, we work as partners. Everything that you see here, we've both worked on. I typically do the design aspect of it, and then I help with some of the cutting, but Ivy basically is the mechanic. She's the one who actually assembles the glass and builds the windows. People think that that's somewhat ironic. I mean, stereotypically, you would think that Ivy would be the designer and I would be the guy working with the tools and building the windows. And so we have it a little bit backwards, but it works quite well for us. We've been at Weston Avenue for 3 years, and moving here to Weston Avenue has given us a new lease on our creative lives. Having been doing this for 40 years, you get a little bit stale after a while, but being part of this creative community, it just rubs off on you. You want to try new things, you want to expand. So it's really sustained our interest, and we're retirement age, but have no desire to stop doing what we're doing. We just love doing what we're doing, love being here. Yeah, I think that certainly the city and the city fathers, so to speak, really understand the importance of the arts and how it relates to the economy of Lowell. So they have been extremely supportive to us in all of our efforts. I like the idea of being in an urban setting, and just sort of the variety of culture that you see here. I like working more in abstract line and design. This is an interior door. This is an example of the type of work I like to do. Relatively simplistic design, and once again, just form and line. Another area where we have a lot of expertise, if you look at a window like this is a prairie style window, Frank Lloyd Wright and the Prairie Artist. That's an area where we have done a lot of research. I've had an opportunity to actually visit a number of Lloyd Wright's homes that he's built. Here's another one here. This window here that you can see with the Now here's one that has a lot of color in it, and this is actually part of what we call the Four Seasons. We've done this particular style window to represent the Four Seasons, different colors. This one here, as you could probably guess, represents autumn.